And now our next reader is Mahnaz.
Hello everyone. I'm so happy to be here. My name is Mahnaz. My last name is Badihian. I'm originally from Iran. And glad to be here. So many amazing voices, so many performers. I was really amazed by this many good poetry in one session. I was surprised to see that the name of Iran wasn't in the list. Although Iran is the capital of poetry, having Rumi, Hafiz, Khayyam, but we all know why. People probably couldn't write poetry for change, for mullahs. So the good news is that although we know this is a dark time in history, but there was a darker time. And actually probably is getting lighter as human beings are connecting and internet invention and all those things. And the proof for that is a line from poet of all poets, Hafiz. So Hafiz was living in a time that he couldn't even write his poetry easily. He had to change the words, sentences, and use images to say what he wanted to say. So I will read this line in Farsi first, as a respect for my ancestors, Hafiz and Rumi, and then I will translate, then I will follow with my poem. Hafiz says, بیا تا گل برافشانیم و می در ساغر اندازیم. بیا تا گل برافشانیم و می در ساغر اندازیم، فلک را سخت بشکافیم و طرحی نو براندازیم. How much anger Hafiz had. Hafiz said to people, let us scatter flowers all over. Let us fill our cup with wine. And let us tear apart this galaxy and start a new one. He was so tired. Okay. Actually, I was in Paris this summer for almost a month and a half working on a novel. So, believe it or not, poetry escaped totally. I mean, it wasn't coming to me, but I think because of the excitement about this event, I wrote a poem, it came to me, I didn't beg the poem, it came to me, and it's called 100,000 Poets for Peace, for Change. We are 100,000 poets, the voice of millions of people that echo on earth, the voice of protest, the voice for change. We do not have atomic bombs. We do not own oil or diamonds, but we have words, the most powerful weapon. We are 100,000 poets, the voice from Tehran, from Rome, from Iowa, San Francisco, from Jaipur, Dublin, from Pueblo to Kabul, from Shanghai, from Nairobi, from small to big cities around the world, because the distance between us all is only a click of a mouse and a few lines of text. We are 100,000 poets who know well the devastation of hunger and war, this disaster created by tyrants and dictators. We are 100,000 poets. We spread the wings of our voice towards the hopeless human being in search of voice. We write poetry to talk of shared misery of all people and the hope we lost. Words are weapons. Our scream is a fight for freedom. We are 100,000 poets enchanting the bright future for all and celebrating hope and unity. We are here to say goodbye to racism, to poverty, to hunger, and to the loneliness of people everywhere, and to the walls separating countries. We are here to celebrate the unity of all people, regardless of color, race, wealth, through poetry. Thank you so much. I will finish it with a very, very short poem that I translated from my beloved contemporary poet who died 10 years ago, Ahmad Shamlu. I don't know if anybody heard his name. He is called Poet of Freedom. And he could leave his country, but he stayed. He said, I'm going to stay here and feel people's pain in Iran and write about it. So I translated a short poem of him. I will read it for you. Of course, the Farsi version is much more rhythmic. Shamlu says, I have never feared death, even though its hands were more fragile than banality. I dread, however, to die. I dread, however, to die in a land where the grave digger's wages exceeds the price of human freedom. Oh wow, it's very strong. If the price of death is higher than all that, I deny in absolute terms to have ever feared death. Thank you very much.